Dr. Ben Carson. Welcome to Rob Schmitt Tonight.
Thank you so much, Sebastian. It's always good to be with you.
Dr. Carson, how concerned are you that the ghosts of political violence that we have seen so often as a specter arise in America and use violence against political individuals they disagree with, that those ghosts, those specters are being let loose once more?
Well, you probably know better than just about anybody, because you're a student of history, how these things start and how people are demonized and how violence starts. Think back to the Chinese Revolution under Mao. They targeted the rich Chinese and they demonized them. Yeah. And then they encouraged the young people, the students, to riot against them, to destroy their neighborhoods, to take their goods, while the police just stood there and watched. Isn't that kind of similar to some of the things that are going on here now, where the district attorneys don't do anything about the violence that's going on, and people are feeling less and less safe? And what ultimately does that do? It leads to an environment where you can bring in a police state.
I had the honor, I had the honor of caroling at the Museum of the Bible with your lovely, lovely bride, Candy. So I feel authorized to ask this more personal question, if I may. My Newsmax colleague, Chris Plant, has observed very frequently on his daily radio show that one of the greatest achievements of the radical left in the last 20, 30 years is to convince decent Americans that it would be insane for them to serve in a Republican administration, especially in a Trump administration. You served with great honor in the first Trump administration. God willing, if we do our part, we have a second Trump administration. What was it that made you serve, and what would you say to those who feel cowed by the left and by this seeming absence of honor in this city in which I sit?
Well, I was very concerned about the direction of our country and what the country would be for my children and for my grandchildren, for all the people who are coming after us. And, I also have read about the things that the people who preceded us did when there were threats, and how they fought and how they sacrificed. Not just the men, the women too. You think about World War II, when the women went into the munitions factories. Many of them were killed, but they built more airplanes, tanks, and mortars than anybody could imagine. That helped us to win the war. We have had brave people all the time, and now those of us who really understand and care about this nation have to be brave. You can't be the land of the free if you're not the home of the brave. You have to be willing to stand up for what you believe in, because those rights will disappear. And our founders understood that, because they studied every society that had ever existed. And they knew that was the tendency of government. They knew we would eventually get to this place. And they gave the people the power, but the people must exercise it intelligently.
Well, I want to thank you right now for your prior service. I want to salute you, your continued service. Please check out this man's work right now at the American Cornerstone Institute.